For 3 years, Noah Bennett had worked at Sterling Innovations. For 3 years, he had known one rule: never underestimate Isabella Sterling. Everyone in the company knew her. The youngest CEO in the company's history. The woman who turned a small technology company into a global brand. The woman who could negotiate with investors, challenge executives, and make an entire conference room silent with one sentence. Employees called her the Ice Queen. Not because she was cruel, because she was impossible to read. Isabella Sterling never arrived late, never lost control, never showed unnecessary emotions. At work, she was perfect, but Noah knew something most people did not. The Ice Queen was not actually cold. She was just careful. She remembered employees' birthdays. She noticed when someone looked exhausted. She personally approved medical assistance for employees' families. She simply never wanted anyone to see how much she cared. Especially him. Noah was Isabella's executive assistant. At least, that was his official title. But after 3 years, everyone in the company knew their relationship was different. He was the only employee who could walk into her office without fear. The only person who could tell her, "You need to rest." The only person who could make her stop working. And the only person who could make Isabella Sterling sigh. "You are becoming too comfortable." She said that often. Noah always answered, "You keep saying that, but you never fire me." Isabella would look at him, then return to her documents. "Because you are useful." Everyone knew what that meant. Coming from Isabella Sterling, that was almost a compliment. Friday night, the company chat was unusually active. A major project had finally finished. Everyone was celebrating. Someone posted a picture of dinner. Someone shared a joke. Someone complained about working overtime. Noah was sitting at home, exhausted after a long week. He looked at the messages, then typed without thinking, "Noah Bennett. After this week, I think I need a wife who can force me to stop working." He added a laughing emoji. It was obviously a joke. Everyone knew Noah. He was always joking. Within seconds, replies appeared. "Ethan, you need someone who can survive your work addiction first." Chloe, "Impossible. You belong to the office." Ryan, "RIP Noah's future wife." Noah laughed. Then he saw another message. One message that stopped everything. "Isabella Sterling. Send me your schedule tomorrow." The chat went silent. Noah stared. The CEO was in the company chat and she had replied. Before he could answer, another message appeared. "Isabella Sterling." Also a pause. "I have an idea." Everyone was waiting. Then Isabella Sterling. "Since you need a wife," another pause. "Come to this address tomorrow." A location appeared. Noah clicked it. His eyes widened. It was Isabella Sterling's home address. The company chat exploded. "Ethan, wait. Did the CEO just send her home address?" Chloe, "Is this a joke?" Ryan, "Someone check if Noah is still alive." Noah stared at the screen. His heart was beating faster because everyone thought it was funny. But no one knew Isabella. She never joked. Not in public. Not in the company chat. Especially not about herself. He typed, "Noah Bennett. Boss?" The reply came instantly. "Isabella Sterling." Wrong. Noah froze. Everyone watching the chat froze, too. Then Isabella Sterling. "You said you needed a wife." Another message. "Not a boss." Noah stared. His fingers stopped moving because Isabella Sterling had just corrected him. Not as his CEO. As a woman. The next morning, Noah stood outside Isabella's house. He almost left 3 times. This was ridiculous. Yesterday was a joke. A company chat joke. But the address was real. The house was real. And the woman waiting inside was real. Before he could decide, the door opened. Isabella stood there. Not wearing a business suit. No laptop. No documents. No CEO expression. Just Isabella. She looked at him. "You came." Noah smiled nervously. "You sent your address." "Yes. I thought maybe you were joking." "I was not." That answer made him even more nervous. Isabella stepped aside. "Come in." Noah entered. The house was beautiful, but strangely simple. Unlike the company image of Isabella Sterling. No luxury decorations. No signs of a CEO's life. Just a quiet home. "You live here alone?" "Yes." "Always?" "Yes." He looked around, then said, "It feels lonely." Isabella became quiet. "Yes." The honesty surprised him. They sat in the living room. For several seconds, neither spoke. Finally, Noah asked, Isabella? She looked at him. You really meant it? Yes. Your message? Yes. You were seriously inviting your employee to your home because he joked about needing a wife? Isabella looked away. Then said, No. Noah was surprised. No? No. She looked back at him. I invited you because I have been waiting for you to notice something. What? Isabella's fingers tightened slightly. For 3 years. A pause. You have been the only person in this company who treats me like a normal person. Noah became quiet. She continued. Everyone sees the CEO. They respect my position. They fear my decisions. But you. Her voice softened. You ask if I ate. You tell me to sleep. You complain I work too much. Noah smiled. That sounds annoying. It is. But Isabella looked at him. I like it. For the first time, Noah saw something behind the Ice Queen image. Not confidence. Not power. Vulnerability. Isabella? Yes? Why now? She was silent. Then answered. Because yesterday you joked that you needed a wife. Isabella looked at him. I realized I wanted to be the person you were looking for. The room became quiet. The woman who controlled an entire company had just admitted she wanted to be chosen by him. Before Noah could answer, Isabella stood. Come with me. Where? Kitchen. Why? Dinner. He blinked. You cooked? Yes. The CEO cooked? Isabella looked at him. Is that surprising? Yes. Why? Because 3 years ago you told me cooking was inefficient. Isabella looked away. I changed my mind. Noah smiled. The Ice Queen CEO had changed her mind. For him. That night, when Noah left, Isabella walked him to the door. Before he left, she said, Noah. Yes? About the company chat. Yes? Do not call it a joke. He looked at her. Why? Isabella's expression became serious. Because I was not joking. Noah froze. The woman who had never chased anyone, the woman everyone thought was unreachable, had just opened her door and was waiting to see if he would walk in. On Monday morning, Sterling Innovations was unusually quiet. Not because there was less work. Because everyone was watching Noah. The moment he walked into the office, conversation stopped. People looked away. Then looked back. Then whispered. Noah sighed. He knew exactly why. The company chat. The address. The CEO. Ethan appeared beside him. You survived. Noah looked at him. Good morning to you, too. Ethan looked around. I was not sure. Not sure about what? Whether you would return as an employee. Noah frowned. What else would I return as? Ethan lowered his voice. Maybe the future CEO's husband. Noah immediately looked around. Keep your voice down. Ethan smiled. You are embarrassed. No, you are. I am not. You are smiling. Noah stopped. He was. That annoyed him because Ethan was right. Something had changed. Yesterday, Isabella Sterling was his boss. Today, he was still trying to understand what she wanted him to be. At 9:00, Noah received a message from Isabella. Come to my office. Only 4 words. The same style she used for meetings. The same style she used for important decisions. But this time, Noah knew it was different. He knocked. Come in. Isabella was sitting behind her desk. The CEO image was back. Perfect suit. Perfect posture. Cold expression. Almost. Because when Noah entered, her eyes softened for a second. And he noticed. You wanted to see me? Yes. She pointed at the chair. Sit. Noah sat down. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Isabella asked, Did people talk? Noah smiled. Yes. Her expression changed slightly. I expected that. Are you worried? No, you are. I am not. Isabella. She looked at him. You are terrible at hiding things. That surprised her because it was exactly what she usually told him. You learned that from me. Yes. A small smile appeared then disappeared. Isabella looked at the documents in front of her. Yesterday was unfair to you. Noah became serious. What do you mean? I put you in an unexpected situation. You invited me to dinner. I sent my home address to the entire company chat. That was unexpected. Yes. She looked down. I acted because I was tired of waiting. The honesty surprised him. Waiting for what? Isabella looked at him. For you. The room became quiet. Noah did not know what to say because Isabella Sterling did not speak like this. Not in meetings. Not with investors. Not with anyone. Only him. I know what people think. Isabella continued. They think I am successful because I never hesitate. Noah listened. They think I always know what I want. A pause. But that is not true. What do you mean? Isabella looked at the window. I knew exactly how to build a company. I knew how to negotiate. I knew how to lead. She turned back. But I did not know how to tell someone I like them. Noah smiled slightly. You? Yes. The woman who can make a room full of executives silent? Yes. The woman who rejected 3 marriage proposals from wealthy families? Yes. You were nervous? Isabella nodded. Yes. The answer was so simple that Noah could not help smiling. Why me? Noah finally asked. Isabella did not answer immediately. She thought. Then said. Because you never tried to impress me. That is it? No, she continued. Everyone around me sees my achievements. They see the company. They see the title. But you. She looked at him. You see when I am tired. You notice when I skip meals. You know when I am pretending to be fine. Noah became quiet. Isabella lowered her voice. You are the only person who talks to me like I am just Isabella. That afternoon, something unusual happened. Isabella left the CEO office. Normally, she only appeared for meetings. But this time, she walked directly to Noah's desk. Everyone noticed, including Ethan. Isabella placed a small bag on his desk. What is this? Lunch. Noah opened it. His favorite meal. You made this? Yes. The surrounding employees immediately stopped pretending not to listen. Ethan looked shocked. The CEO brought lunch? Isabella looked at him. Is there a problem? Ethan immediately shook his head. No. CEO Sterling. Isabella looked back at Noah. Eat? Yes, boss. The moment he said it, the office became silent. Noah froze. Isabella stared at him, then quietly said, You did it again. He smiled. Sorry. What did I tell you? He thought about yesterday. Not boss. Isabella. He corrected himself. Sorry. Isabella. Her expression softened. Better. Everyone nearby looked like they had witnessed something impossible. The Ice Queen CEO had just accepted being called by her first name. After work, Noah received another message. Isabella Sterling. Dinner tonight. He smiled, then replied. Noah. Another invitation? A few seconds later. Isabella Sterling. Yes. Noah. Business? Isabella Sterling. No. Noah. Then? The reply took longer this time. Finally. Isabella Sterling. A date. Noah looked at the message. A real date with Isabella Sterling. The restaurant was quiet, different from their usual business dinners. No contracts. No reports. No employees. Just them. Isabella looked different. Not because of her clothes. Because she was relaxed. You are nervous. Noah smiled. You keep saying that. Because it is true. You are also nervous. Isabella paused. Yes. He laughed. You admit it now? I am learning. Learning what? To be honest. Noah looked at her. That is a big change. Yes. Why? Isabella looked at him. Because I do not want to lose the chance. What chance? She answered immediately. To be your wife. The words surprised him. Even though he expected something from her, he still was not ready. After dinner, they walked outside. The city lights surrounded them. Noah stopped. Isabella. She looked at him. What happens if this does not work? She looked at him. Then we try. And if people criticize? Let them. And the company? I will handle it. And your reputation? Isabella smiled slightly. My reputation was never more important than this. Noah stared because he finally understood. Isabella Sterling was not asking him to join her world. She was making space for him in it. When Noah returned home that night, he received one final message. Isabella. Only one sentence. Tomorrow, I will make an announcement. He replied. About what? The answer came quickly. About the person I want beside me. Noah stared at the screen because tomorrow the entire company would know the Ice Queen CEO was no longer hiding who she loved. The next morning, everyone at Sterling Innovations noticed something was different. Nobody knew exactly what, but everyone felt it. The executive floor was unusually quiet. Employees walked faster. Conversations became shorter because the CEO had called an emergency company meeting and everyone knew one thing. Isabella Sterling never called a company-wide meeting without a serious reason. Noah stood in the conference room with hundreds of employees. Ethan stood beside him. You realize this is your fault, right? Noah looked confused. My fault? Yes. Why? Ethan lowered his voice. Because yesterday you joked about needing a wife. And now the Prime Minister is making an announcement. Noah looked at the stage. You think it is related? Ethan stared at him. Noah. What? She sent you her home address. A pause. She invited you to dinner. Another pause. She brought you lunch. Another pause. And now she called everyone together. Ethan sighed. If this is not about you, I will be shocked. Noah did not answer because deep down he had the same feeling. At exactly 10:00, Isabella walked onto the stage. The room immediately became silent. She wore her usual CEO suit. Her expression was calm, professional, the same Isabella everyone knew. But Noah noticed something. Her hands. They were slightly tense. Nobody else would see it. But he did because he knew her. Good morning. Everyone responded. Good morning, CEO Sterling. Isabella looked at the crowd. I called this meeting because there is something important I need to clarify. Everyone listened. As a CEO, my decisions must always be professional. She paused. And I believe everyone here understands that. People nodded. Then she continued. But I also believe employees should not have to hide their personal lives. The room became curious. Isabella looked toward Noah. For a moment, their eyes met. Then she said, yesterday, a message in the company chat attracted a lot of attention. Everyone immediately understood. The room became full of whispers. Noah wanted to disappear. Isabella continued. Noah Bennett joked that he needed a wife. A few employees smiled. Then Isabella said, my reply was not a joke. Silence. Absolute silence. She looked at Noah, then back at everyone. I sent him my address because I wanted him to come see me. The entire company froze. Ethan whispered. She really said it. Noah barely heard him because he was watching Isabella. The woman who avoided attention. The woman who protected her privacy. Was standing in front of everyone. Choosing honesty. I know some people may question this. Isabella continued. They may think this relationship is influenced by my position. She looked at Noah. That is why I want everyone to understand. Her voice became firm. Noah Bennett's achievements exist because of his own ability. He earned his position. He earned his respect. He does not need my title. The room became quiet because that was Isabella's biggest concern. Not herself. Him. After the announcement, the meeting ended. But nobody left immediately. Everyone was still processing. Ethan walked toward Noah. I owe you an apology. Noah looked at him. For what? I thought you were joking. I was. Ethan shook his head. That is the problem. What? You made a joke. He pointed toward Isabella's office and the CEO turned it into a marriage possibility. Noah laughed. That sounds impossible. Ethan nodded. It does. Later that afternoon, Noah entered Isabella's office. She was working as always. You did it. Isabella looked up. Yes. You announced it. Yes. In front of everyone. Yes. Noah sat down. Were you scared? Isabella was quiet. Then, yes. The answer surprised him. Really? Yes. Why? Because after today. She looked at him. There is no hiding. Noah smiled. Isabella. Yes. I thought you hated people knowing your personal life. I did. And now? She looked at him. Now I care more about being honest. That answer stayed with him because Isabella Sterling was not changing for the company. She was changing because of him. That evening, Noah prepared to leave. When he reached the elevator, Isabella appeared. You are leaving? Yes. Without saying goodbye? He smiled. You are my CEO. Isabella looked at him, then raised an eyebrow. Noah immediately realized. He corrected himself. Sorry. A pause. Isabella. Better. The elevator doors opened. Before Noah entered, Isabella said, Noah. He turned. Yes. Tomorrow night. Yes. Come to my house again. He smiled. Another dinner? Yes. Another date? Yes. He laughed. You are becoming direct. I am practicing. Practicing what? Isabella looked at him. Being your wife. The elevator doors slowly closed, but Noah could still see her standing there. The Ice Queen CEO, the woman everyone thought was impossible to approach, was waiting for him. The next morning, something unexpected happened. A message appeared in the company chat. Everyone saw it because the sender was Isabella Sterling. Isabella Sterling reminder. A pause. Noah Bennett is not required to answer work messages after 8 p.m. The employees were confused. Then another message appeared. Isabella Sterling. He needs rest. The chat exploded. Ethan, did the CEO just order everyone to protect Noah's sleep? Chloe, I think we are witnessing history. Noah stared at the screen, then walked into Isabella's office. You know everyone is talking again. Isabella looked up. Yes. You are not worried? No, why? She answered calmly. Because they are talking about the truth. Noah smiled. The truth? Yes. She stood, walked closer. The truth is a pause. You are important to me. For years, Noah had known Isabella as his boss, the woman who gave orders, the woman who led everyone. But now he was seeing something else. A woman who was willing to risk her perfect image just to make sure he knew he mattered. Then Isabella's assistant knocked on the door. CEO Sterling. Yes? Your family called. Isabella frowned. My family? Yes. They want to meet Mr. Bennett. Noah looked at her. Your family? Isabella nodded. Yes. And why? She looked at him, then quietly said, because they want to know who their future son-in-law is. Noah had faced many difficult situations, important presentations, angry clients, impossible deadlines, but somehow meeting Isabella Sterling's family felt more intimidating than all of them, because he knew what they would see. Not Noah. They would see the man dating the CEO, the person standing beside the most powerful woman in their world. And that made him nervous. Relax, Isabella said. They were sitting in the car on the way to her family's house. Noah looked at her. You say that like it is easy. It is. For you? Yes. He laughed. Of course. Isabella looked out the window, then quietly added, but I understand. That surprised him. You do? Yes. Why? Because I was nervous, too. Noah turned. You? Yes. Meeting your family? No. She looked at him. Introducing you. The answer made him quiet because he understood what she meant. Isabella Sterling could introduce herself anywhere. CEO, founder, leader. But introducing someone she loved, that was different. The Sterling family house was outside the city. Large, elegant, quiet. The kind of place that showed generations of success. When the car stopped, Noah took a deep breath. Isabella noticed. You are nervous. He smiled. You really like saying that. Because you are. Fine. He looked at her. What about you? Isabella paused. Then, a little. Noah smiled. The Ice Queen admits fear twice in one day. Do not tell anyone. Why? Because it will damage my reputation. He laughed. Isabella. Yes? I think your reputation survived. She looked at him. Why? Because everyone already knows you sent your home address in the company chat. For a second, Isabella was silent. Then she actually smiled. The door opened before they reached it. An older man stood there. Isabella's father, Alexander Sterling, the founder of Sterling Innovations. He looked at Noah, then at Isabella. So, his voice was calm. This is the person who received your message. Noah almost laughed. Isabella immediately said, Father. Alexander smiled slightly. I am only stating facts. Noah extended his hand. Mr. Sterling. Alexander shook it. Noah Bennett. Yes. I have heard about you. Noah became serious. Good things? Alexander looked at Isabella. That depends. On what? On whether my daughter's judgment is correct. Isabella frowned. Father. Alexander smiled. She has always been right about business. A pause. But personal choices. He looked at Noah. We will see. Dinner started quietly. Unlike business meetings, nobody rushed. Nobody discussed contracts. Nobody talked about profits. It was simply a family dinner. And Noah quickly noticed something. Isabella was different here. At the office, she was controlled, precise, untouchable. Here she was just a daughter. Her mother asked, Did you eat enough? Yes. You always say that. I did eat. Your father says you used to skip meals. Isabella looked at him. Father talks too much. Alexander smiled. Only when necessary. Noah watched them and he realized something. The woman everyone feared had a family who worried about her. After dinner, Alexander asked Noah to walk with him. Isabella immediately noticed. Father. Alexander looked at her. I only want a conversation. Isabella looked at Noah. A silent question. Are you okay? Noah nodded. She trusted him. So she stayed. Outside, Alexander walked slowly. My daughter is difficult. Noah smiled. I know. Alexander looked surprised. You admit that? Yes. Most people would deny it. Most people do not know her. Alexander nodded. That is why she chose you. Noah became quiet. Alexander continued. For years, people approached Isabella because of her position. They wanted the company. They wanted influence. They wanted something. He looked at Noah. What do you want? The question was direct. Noah thought. Then answered. Horror. Alexander watched him. Explain. I do not want her company. I do not want her money. I do not want her status. A pause. I want the person who comes home after being the CEO all day. Alexander was silent then smiled. That is the answer I hoped for. When Noah returned, Isabella was waiting. What did my father say? That you were difficult. She immediately frowned. He said that? Yes. That is unfair. Noah laughed. He also said you were worth protecting. Isabella became quiet because that sounded exactly like her father. He likes you. Really? Yes. That was easier than expected. Isabella looked at him. You were worried? A little. She smiled. You were nervous. There it is again. The next morning something unexpected happened. Noah arrived at the office and found a crowd near his desk. What happened? Ethan pointed. Look. On Noah's desk was a large gift box. A card was attached. Everyone was watching. Noah opened it. Inside was a watch. Expensive. Elegant. Clearly chosen carefully. The note said, for the man who takes care of my daughter. Signed, Alexander Sterling. The office became silent. Ethan looked shocked. Her father gave you a gift? Yes. Do you understand what that means? No. Ethan pointed toward Isabella's office. You are officially accepted. Noah smiled. That afternoon Isabella walked into his office. You received the gift? Yes. Do you like it? I do. Good. She looked at the watch. My father does not give things easily. I noticed. Isabella hesitated. Then, he likes you. I know. He trusts you. I know. She looked at him. Does that bother you? No. Why? Because I want to be someone you can be proud of. The answer surprised her. You already are. Noah looked at her. Isabella? Yes? You say things like that so casually. Because they are true. That evening, Isabella invited Noah to dinner again. But this time, something was different. When they arrived at the restaurant, several familiar faces were already there. Executives, friends, family members. Noah looked confused. What is this? Isabella remained calm. A dinner. This does not look like a normal dinner. No then? She looked at him. I want to introduce you properly. To who? Everyone turned. Isabella held his hand and said, This is Noah Bennett. A pause. The man I love. The room became silent because the Ice Queen CEO had never introduced anyone like that before. But before the evening ended, one more person arrived. Someone Noah did not expect. A major investor. And the first thing he said was, So this is the man who made Isabella Sterling choose love over work. Noah looked at Isabella. She looked back. And for the first time, she did not look worried because she was no longer hiding. The investor's words made the entire table quiet. So this is the man who made Isabella Sterling choose love over work. Noah looked at Isabella. For a moment, he expected her to correct him, to explain, to maintain her professional image. That was the Isabella Sterling everyone knew. But she did not. She simply held Noah's hand and said, No. Everyone looked at her. Isabella continued. He did not make me choose. A pause. I chose. The answer surprised everyone, including Noah, because he knew how difficult that sentence was for her. Isabella Sterling had spent her entire life making choices based on responsibility. The company, the employees, the family, everyone else. But now, for the first time, She openly admitted that she had chosen something for herself. After dinner, the investor approached Noah. His name was William Brooks, one of the most influential people in the technology industry. "I have a question." Noah nodded. "Sure. Do you understand what being beside Isabella means?" Noah thought for a moment. "Yes." William smiled. "Most people do not." "What do you mean?" "They see the company. They see the power. They see the woman everyone respects." He looked toward Isabella. "But they do not see the pressure." Noah became quiet because he knew better than anyone. William continued. "Do you know why Isabella trusts you?" Noah shook his head. "Because you are the only person who never asked what she could give you." A pause. "You asked if she was okay." That sentence stayed with Noah because it was true. He had never approached Isabella because she was the CEO. He approached her because she was Isabella. The next day, something unexpected happened. Isabella arrived at work earlier than usual. That was normal. What was unusual was what happened next. She walked directly to Noah's desk. Everyone noticed. Again. "Good morning." Noah looked up. "Good morning." Isabella placed a coffee beside him. He smiled. "Coffee? Yes. My favorite." "Yes. You remembered." Isabella looked at him. "I remember everything about you." The nearby employees immediately pretended not to listen. They failed. Ethan looked like he was trying not to laugh. Noah lowered his voice. "You know everyone is watching." "Yes." "You do not care?" "No." "Why?" Isabella answered simply. "Because I am tired of hiding." That sentence surprised him because it was not only about the company. It was about her life. Later that morning, Isabella had a board meeting. Noah was not supposed to attend, but Isabella requested him. Some executives were surprised. One director asked, "Why is Mr. Bennett here?" Isabella looked at him. "Because I want his opinion." The director frowned. "His position is assistant." Isabella remained calm. "His position does not define his ability." The room became quiet. She continued, "Noah has contributed to projects worth hundreds of millions. He understands our customers. He understands our team. And most importantly," she paused, "he tells me the truth." Everyone understood. That was why Isabella trusted him. Not because he agreed with her. Because he challenged her when necessary. After the meeting, Noah walked beside her. "You defended me." Isabella looked confused. "I stated facts." "You always say that." "Because it is true." He smiled. "You know, normal people say thank you." "I said the truth." "That is your version of thank you." "Yes." He laughed. "You are impossible." "You knew that before." "I did." "Then?" He looked at her. "I stayed." Isabella became quiet. That answer always affected her. Because staying was something she valued more than anything. That evening, Isabella had a difficult meeting with investors. The company needed to decide whether to expand into a new market. The risk was high. The board wanted immediate action. But Isabella hesitated. Noah noticed. After the meeting, he found her alone. "You are worried." "No." "Isabella." She sighed. "You really learned this habit." "What habit?" "Seeing through me." He smiled. "That is not a bad thing." "No." She looked at the documents. "I am responsible for thousands of employees. I know. If I make the wrong decision, you are afraid of hurting people." She looked at him. "Yes." Noah sat beside her. "You know what I think?" "What?" "You are still the same person." "What do you mean?" "You became CEO because you cared." Isabella listened. "You think success changed you. But success only made more people see what was already there." She looked at him. "What was there?" "The person who always protects others." The next day, Isabella made her decision. She rejected the risky expansion plan. Instead, she chose a slower strategy. Some investors disagreed. Some criticized her. But the results surprised everyone. 6 months later, the company achieved even better growth. A reporter asked Isabella, "Many people thought your emotional decisions would weaken your leadership. What do you say?" Isabella looked at the cameras. Then answered, "Understanding people is not weakness. It is leadership." That evening, Noah found Isabella sitting on the balcony. The city lights reflected in her eyes. "You are thinking." "Yes." "About the interview?" "No then." She looked at him. "About the future." Noah sat beside her. "What about it?" Isabella was silent for a moment. Then, I used to think I would spend my entire life alone. The honesty surprised him. Why? Because I thought nobody could understand my life. And now? She looked at him. Now I know I was wrong. Noah smiled. Because of me? Yes. She answered without hesitation. Me that someone can stand beside me without trying to control me. A pause. That someone can love me without needing anything from me. The next morning, Noah arrived at work and found a strange message. From Isabella. Come to my office after work. He replied. Business? The answer came quickly. No. He smiled. Dinner? Another reply. Yes. Then another message appeared. But this time, not as your CEO. Noah stared. A few seconds later, as the woman who wants to ask you something, Noah looked toward Isabella's office. For the first time, he wondered, what was she planning? Because whenever Isabella Sterling made a decision, it was never small. And this time it felt personal. Noah arrived at Isabella's house that evening. But unlike the first time, he was no longer nervous. The first visit had been unexpected. A joke. A company chat message that somehow changed everything. Tonight was different. Tonight, he knew exactly why he was there. And that made him more nervous because Isabella Sterling never invited him somewhere without a reason. Especially when she said, not as your CEO. When the door opened, Noah immediately noticed something. Isabella was different. No business suit. No formal dress. Just a simple sweater and jeans. For most people, it would not mean anything. But for Isabella it was rare. She looked less like the CEO everyone feared. More like the woman who lived behind that title. You changed. Isabella looked at herself. What? Your clothes. She looked down. I am at home. I know. Then? I just realized I have never seen you relax. Isabella thought about it. Then nodded. That is true. Why? Because I usually do not. Noah smiled. Today? Today is different. Dinner was already prepared. Noah looked at the table. You cooked again? Yes. You know there are restaurants. Yes. And chefs. Yes. Then why? Isabella looked at him. Because I wanted to. He laughed. You really like that answer? Yes. Why? Because it is honest. That answer made him quiet. Isabella had changed. Before, she always explained things with logic, efficiency, results. Now she simply admitted what she wanted. After dinner, they sat in the living room. For several minutes, they talked about ordinary things. Not business, not the company, not investors, just life. Noah learned that Isabella liked old movies, that she hated overly sweet coffee, that she had never learned how to swim because she was always too busy. He laughed. The Ice Queen cannot swim? Isabella looked at him. Do not call me that. Why? Because you know me. He smiled. That is exactly why I say it. She shook her head. But she was smiling. Then Isabella became quiet. No one noticed immediately. What happened? Nothing. Isabella. She sighed. You really do notice everything. Yes. She looked at him. That is what makes this difficult. What is? She stood and walked to a drawer. Then took out something. A small box. Noah looked at it. What is that? Something I prepared. His expression changed. Isabella. She sat back down. Before you misunderstand. She opened the box. Inside was a ring. Simple. Elegant. Not an exaggerated diamond. Not something designed for attention. Just something that felt like her. Noah stared. I know this is fast. Isabella said. Noah looked at her. Fast? Yes. Isabella. She stopped. I know. A small smile appeared. Everyone thinks I move quickly. You are the CEO who makes billion-dollar decisions in minutes. Yes. But this? She looked at the ring. This took me years. Noah became quiet. Years. That word mattered. I have known you for 3 years. Isabella continued. But before that. She paused. I noticed you. Before I became your assistant? Yes. That surprised him. How? You were new. You were helping another department. You stayed late because someone else needed help. Noah thought. I do not even remember that. I do. Of course she did. Isabella remembered everything. You helped someone who could not help you back. She looked at him. That was when I realized you were different. Noah looked at the ring. Then at her. So he smiled. Are you asking? Isabella became slightly nervous. Yes. The woman who could command thousands of employees was nervous. Just because of one question. Noah Bennett. She looked directly at him. Will you marry me? Silence. The question was simple. But the meaning was enormous because Isabella was not asking him to join her company. She was asking him to join her life. Noah smiled. You know what is funny? What? The first time you invited me here. Yes. You told me you wanted to be my wife. Yes. But you never actually asked. Isabella looked embarrassed. I know. You just announced it. Yes. That was very you. I know. He laughed, then picked up the ring. Before he answered, he asked, Can I ask something? Yes. If I say yes. Isabella looked at him. Then, will you still be my boss at work? The question surprised her. Then she understood. She smiled. No, no. No. She looked serious. At work. I will respect your ability. And outside? A pause. Outside. She softened. I will be your wife. Noah looked at the woman in front of him. The same woman who once seemed impossible to reach. The same woman who sent her home address in a company chat because she was tired of waiting. The same woman who protected everyone except herself. He smiled. Yes. Isabella froze. Really? Yes. You are sure? Yes. Why? Noah took her hand. Because 3 years ago I thought I worked for the perfect CEO. A pause. Then I realized. He looked at her. I love the woman behind the title. For a moment, Isabella said nothing. Then she smiled. A real smile. The kind almost nobody had ever seen. The next morning the company received another shocking message from Isabella Sterling. Isabella Sterling. I have an announcement. Everyone immediately stopped working because everyone remembered the last announcement. Ethan typed. Ethan, should we prepare ourselves? Isabella did not answer. Instead, she sent a picture. A ring. The chat exploded. Chloe. No way. Ryan. The CEO. Ethan. Noah. Tell me this is not what I think. Before Noah could reply, Isabella sent another message. Isabella Sterling. Noah Bennett and I are engaged. The office became chaos. Then one final message appeared. Isabella Sterling. And before anyone asks. A pause. He is not marrying the CEO. He is marrying Isabella. Noah stared at the message because that was the biggest thing Isabella had ever given him. Not the ring. Not the announcement. But the fact that she finally separated herself from the title. That evening, Noah asked, Are you nervous? Isabella looked at him. No. He smiled. Liar. She looked away. Then admitted. Yes. About the wedding? No then. She held his hand. About being loved this much. Noah became quiet because he finally understood. Isabella Sterling was never afraid of losing power. She was afraid of finding someone important enough to lose. And now she had. After the engagement announcement, Sterling Innovations changed. Not because Isabella Sterling became less powerful. Not because she became a different CEO. But because everyone finally saw something they had never seen before. Isabella Sterling was happy. Before, employees were afraid of making mistakes in front of her. Now, they still respected her. But they no longer felt like she was unreachable. One afternoon, a new employee accidentally sent a wrong report to Isabella. The entire department panicked. Everyone expected the worst. The employee walked into Isabella's office with a pale face. CEO Sterling. I am sorry. I made a mistake. Isabella looked at the report. Then looked at him. Why did it happen? The employee quickly explained. Isabella listened. Then nodded. Fix it. Yes. CEO Sterling. And next time? I will check more carefully. Good. The employee left. Outside the office, everyone was shocked. Ethan looked at Noah. That was it? Noah smiled. What did you expect? I expected a disaster. She is not that scary. Ethan stared at him. You are the only person in this company who can say that. Later that day, Noah entered Isabella's office. You are changing. Isabella looked up. Again? Yes. Is that bad? No. Then why do you keep saying it? Because I like seeing it. Isabella paused. Seeing what? The real you. She became quiet. That sentence always affected her. Because before Noah, almost nobody saw her. They saw the CEO, the title, the success, the image. But Noah saw the woman. A few weeks before the wedding, Isabella became extremely busy. Meetings, planning, business decisions, wedding arrangements. And Noah noticed something. She was trying to handle everything herself. Again. Isabella. Yes. You need help. I am fine. No. She looked at him. You are becoming confident. I learned from you. That is dangerous. He smiled. You are tired. I can manage. You always say that. Because it is true. Noah walked closer. Do you remember what you told me? What? That the strongest person is not the one who does everything alone. Isabella became silent. Because those words were hers. And now he was using them against her. That is unfair. Why? Because you listened. He laughed. I always listen to you. That answer softened her. The wedding preparation was the biggest challenge Isabella had ever faced. Not because of the ceremony. Because of one thing. Letting others help. Her mother noticed. You are trying to control everything. Isabella looked at the guest list. I am organizing. You are controlling. Isabella stopped. Her mother smiled. You know Noah will not leave because the flowers are wrong. I know. You know he will not leave because the food is not perfect. I know. Then what are you afraid of? Isabella looked down. For a long time. She did not answer. Finally. That something important will go wrong. Her mother understood. Like the company? No. I paused. Like him. That evening. Noah found Isabella alone. Not working. Just sitting. What happened? She looked at him. Nothing. He smiled. You are terrible at that answer. She sighed. My mother talked to me. About? The wedding. Was she worried? No then? She said. I'm afraid. Noah sat beside her. Are you? Isabella looked at him. Yes. The honesty surprised him. Why? Because this matters. She looked at their engagement ring. The company can survive mistakes. My reputation can survive mistakes. But, she touched the ring. I cannot imagine losing this. Noah held her hand. You will not. How do you know? Because I am not here because you were Isabella Sterling. She looked at him. I am here because you were Isabella. The wedding day arrived. The entire company knew. The entire business world knew. But Isabella refused a massive ceremony. No media. No cameras. No unnecessary attention. Only family. Friends. And the people who mattered. When Noah saw her walking toward him, he smiled. Not because she looked perfect. Because she looked happy. During the ceremony, the officiant asked, Do you choose this person as your partner? Isabella looked at Noah. The woman who once controlled every decision. The woman who once sent her address in a company chat instead of admitting her feelings. Answered. Yes. Her voice was calm. But everyone heard the emotion. I choose him. Then it was Noah's turn. He smiled. I choose her. After the ceremony, Ethan approached them. I still cannot believe this happened. Noah laughed. What? The company chat joke. Isabella looked at him. What joke? Ethan immediately stepped back. Nothing. Noah smiled. She knows. Isabella raised an eyebrow. Of course I know. You remember? Yes. The exact message? Yes. Ethan shook his head. This is terrifying. Isabella looked at him. Why? You are the CEO who remembers a random joke from months ago. Isabella answered calmly. It was not random. Everyone became quiet because they understood. To everyone else, it was a joke. To Isabella, it was the moment she finally stopped hiding. That night, after everyone left, Noah and Isabella stood together outside. The same city, the same lights, but everything had changed. You know something? Noah asked. What? If someone told me a year ago that a joke in the company chat would lead here, I would not believe it. Isabella smiled. Neither would I. You? Yes. Really? Yes. Why? She looked at him. Because I spent years thinking I needed to find the perfect person. And then I realized. She held his hand. I had already found him. The next morning, Noah woke up to a message. From Isabella. Isabella Sterling. Good morning. He smiled. Then another message arrived. Isabella Sterling. Do not forget breakfast. He laughed. Then replied. Noah Bennett. Yes, boss. A few seconds later. Isabella Sterling. Wrong. He smiled and typed. Noah Bennett. Sorry. Noah Bennett. My wife. The reply came immediately. Isabella Sterling. Better. And Noah realized something. The first time Isabella sent her home address. She was asking him to enter her world. Now she was asking him to stay forever. 1 year later, everyone at Sterling Innovations still remembered the message. The message that changed everything. A simple joke. A simple sentence. I need a wife. Nobody expected that sentence to receive a reply from Isabella Sterling. Nobody expected the CEO to send her home address. And nobody expected that one joke would become the beginning of a love story. Noah still worked at Sterling Innovations. But things were different now. He was no longer Isabella's assistant. After their engagement, Isabella personally moved him to the Strategic Development Department. At first, everyone was surprised. Some people even questioned it. Isn't he just getting promoted because he is the CEO's husband? That was the exact reason Isabella refused to give him any special treatment. During meetings, she challenged his ideas. During presentations, she questioned his plans. During evaluations, she judged him exactly like everyone else. Some employees thought she was being too strict. But Noah understood. This was Isabella's way of protecting him. She did not want the world to say, he succeeded because of her. She wanted everyone to know, he succeeded because he is Noah. One afternoon, Noah finished a major project presentation. The board members were impressed. The strategy was approved. After the meeting, Isabella walked toward him. Everyone became quiet. They still found it strange. The Ice Queen CEO walking directly toward her husband. You did well. Noah smiled. Is that your version of praise? Yes. You could say more. Know why? Because you already know. He laughed. That was Isabella. She never gave unnecessary words. But he knew what every small sentence meant. After work, they returned home. Their home. Not Isabella's house. Not Noah's apartment. Their home. That was another thing that changed. The woman who once lived alone in a perfect but empty house now had another pair of shoes by the door. Another coffee cup in the kitchen. Another person waiting for her. And Isabella loved it. One evening, Noah found Isabella looking through old messages. What are you doing? She looked up. Nothing. He smiled. You are terrible at lying. Isabella closed her phone. I was looking at the company chat. Noah immediately laughed. The one? Yes. The wife joke? Yes. You still keep it? Yes. Why? Isabella thought for a moment. Then answered. Because that was the first time I was honest. Noah sat beside her. You were honest? Yes. You literally surprised everyone. I know. You scared half the company. I sent your address. Yes. He smiled. That was not exactly normal. Isabella looked at him. No, then why? She looked at the old message. Because I had spent years waiting for the right moment. And I realized there was never going to be a perfect moment. A pause. So, I created one. Noah smiled. That was the thing he loved most about Isabella. Everyone thought she was fearless. But the truth was different. She was afraid. She just refused to let fear control her. Even when it came to love. A few days later, Sterling Innovations celebrated its annual company event. Thousands of employees attended. Isabella gave a speech. Everyone expected a business report, growth numbers, future plans. But Isabella surprised them. When I started this company, I thought leadership meant carrying everything alone. The room became quiet. I thought showing weakness meant losing authority. She paused. I was wrong. Everyone listened. Strong people are not those who never need help. Strong people are those who know who they can trust. Her eyes moved toward Noah. And I was lucky enough to find that person. The audience applauded. But Noah noticed something. Isabella was not looking at him like a CEO. She was looking at him like a wife. After the event, Ethan approached Noah. I have accepted it. Noah smiled. Accepted what? That the company's biggest surprise was not becoming successful. What was it? He pointed toward Isabella. The Ice Queen becoming a normal person. Noah laughed. She was always normal. Ethan shook his head. No, she was always human. A pause. But nobody knew. Noah looked at Isabella because that was exactly right. That night they walked home together. No driver. No assistant. No business discussions. Just them. You are quiet, Isabella said. I am thinking. About work? No, she smiled. Another improvement. He laughed. About us. What about us? Noah looked at her. Do you remember the first time I came here? Yes. You opened the door. Yes. You told me you were not joking. Yes. And now? Isabella smiled. Now. He stopped, then said, "This is my favorite address." Isabella looked surprised. Why? Because it is where everything started. She became quiet, then softly said, "I knew it was never about the house. I know. It was about asking you to come closer. I know." She held his hand. "And you did." Years later, new employees would still hear the story. They would hear about the CEO who replied to a joke in the company chat. They would hear about the address, the dinner, the engagement, the wedding. Some people would laugh. Some would call it unbelievable. But everyone agreed on one thing. Isabella Sterling changed. Not because she became weaker, because she finally allowed someone to stand beside her. One morning, Noah entered the office. A new employee stopped him. "Mr. Bennett?" "Yes. Can I ask something?" "Sure. Is it true you once joked that you needed a wife?" Noah smiled. "Yes." And the CEO replied with her address? "Yes." The employee looked amazed. Why would she do that? Noah looked toward Isabella's office. She was already watching him. Waiting. He smiled. "Because she knew something before I did." "What?" He answered that I was already the person she wanted to come home to. That evening, Noah returned home. The door opened. Isabella was waiting. Not as the CEO. Not as the ice queen. Just Isabella. "You are late." He smiled. "Sorry. Dinner is ready." "Yes, boss." She immediately looked at him. "No," he laughed. "I know." He walked closer. "My wife." Isabella smiled. "Better." And that was how it had always been. A joke became a message. A message became an address. An address became a home. And the woman everyone thought was impossible to reach finally found the one person she wanted to let in. That's all for today. Remember to subscribe and support us.